March 26, 2024,
0039 local time, vessel departed Baltimore Container Terminal with 2 pilots and ship crew on board. 0100 local time, altered her course to southwesterly direction at speed of 3.1 knots. 0107 local time, she joined main channel in Patapsco River and altered her course to southeasterly direction. Speed was 3.8 knots. Tug casted off from the vessel. Speed was gradually increased. 0115 local time, vessel speed increased to 7.5 knots. 0120 local time, vessel was en routing at 8 knots speed. 0124 local time, course is 141 degree, speed 8 knots. 0125 local time, there were multiple alarm went off. First time power failed, VDR ceased recording. Main propulsion, steering gear and associated equipments stopped working due to the failure of auxiliary engine which generates the power for the ship. 0126 39 seconds local time, emergency generator came on load, but that also failed subsequently. From the thick smoke, it can be confirmed that a stern of the engine has been used. As she lost steering control, vessel started swinging to the starboard side of the channel. Meantime, pilot raised distress call and seek for tug assistance. Pilot Association informed the MDTA state authority who operates the bridge. 0127 main power resumed. VDR resumed the recording. Pilot gave order to drop port anchor, also given additional steering commands. For dropping anchor, vessel speed should be less than 0.3 knots, but here vessel speed was 7 knots. So in this condition, it seems they have put a full astern to reduce her speed. Due to the wheeling effect in astern propulsion, vessel turned to starboard towards the pillar.
Transverse thrust, a right-hand propeller will rotate anti-clockwise direction during astern movement. Upper side of the blades will face less water pressure. Lower side of the blades will face higher water pressure. This differential pressure causes the bow to move starboard side during astern movement.
0127 25 seconds, pilot made again audio call in VHF to warn everyone that vessel lost her power approaching towards bridge. Meanwhile, MDTA closed the traffic in the Baltimore bridge.
This is pilot from Dali. The ship is heading towards bridge. Close the gate. Save people, we lost power. Please send tugboats.
0128 local time, it is out of channel, speed was 6.8 knots. 0129. Collide with the bridge. Weather. During the incident, the wind speed was 6 knots, current nil, so there is less impact of weather over the vessel. The water temperature in the river was 8 degrees Celsius. 6 men presumed dead, reportedly were construction workers from Latin American countries. Vessel history. In 2016 in Port Antwerp, Belgium, mighty hits the jetty while depart from the port. In 2013, Chile PSC found main engine and auxiliary engine deficiencies in this vessel. Investigation. NTSB boarded the vessel and initiated the investigation. During investigation, it was reported by dock labor that vessel experienced the power failure twice when it was staying at port, and retrieved the VDR backup data.
The FBI said on Monday it opened a criminal probe into the collapse of a Baltimore bridge in March when a ship crashed into a bridge support. Insurance.
In the past maritime history, Costa Concordia bill was about 1.5 billion USD. Evergreen, which closed the Suez Canal bill, was 2 billion USD. In Dali case, insurer will face more than 4 billion USD claim. This incident could become largest insured loss in marine industry. P&I insurance. It will cover third-party claim, property damage claim, liability claim, H&M insurance, visible bow damage and invisible hull and machinery damage claim, cargo insurance, damaged containers claim, cargo delayed claim, port closure, loss of profit of port as other ship neither sail out or come in for load, and local import-export business claim, port employee salary coverage, recovery expenses, recovery cost of vessel and bridge, regulating expenses, rebuilding bridge claim, cost for human lives claim including injuries claim, environmental damage. due to possible leak from vessel and vehicles that fell off in river. On April 1, Singapore-based Grace Ocean and ship manager Synergy Marine filed a limitation of liability court petition seeking to cap their liability to just $43.6 million in a case that overall is expected to see payouts in the billions of dollars. Root cause analysis. During the initial investigation, dock labor revealed that during the port stay vessel experienced the blackout at port, so vessel had a known issues prior vessel departs. Blackout is the root cause for this incident. What all are the factors affecting the blackout? 1. Fuel. The fuel used for engine must be with the quality. It should not be contaminated. After bunkering, effective lab analysis must be obtained. 2. Spare. Is the vessel didn't have the spare which they required. Only the ship crew and management knows it. Hereafter, all the management should ensure the quality spares origin from manufacturer must be provided to the ship without any delay. Shipmaster also should use his all-overriding authority to indicate the manager, owner that without this spares vessel could not sail out, which affecting seaworthy of the ship, where nowadays most of the master not standing firmly because the fear of losing the job. 3. PMS compliance. The maintenance of the all equipment must be complied with the company PMS. 4. Non-compliance of SMS procedures. Failed to do the company SMS procedure for maintenance, control tests, complying watch-keeping level, keeping the emergency team stand-by for anchoring. 5. Lack of situational awareness. At 0125 hours first power failure, vessel is about half-mile away from the bridge. So if they initiate the speed reduction and emergency anchoring, it had not been happened. The big question is, what was the master doing? As per maritime law, pilot's presence won't remove the master from his responsible. Master has own overriding power to save ship, crew, environment. Because of this lack of situational awareness, it collided the bridge. Lesson learned. It is learned from this incident is all officer and master prior joining should go through the vessel type specific equipment, see emergency handling, as well as situational awareness in critical situations, to handling those equipments well in advance to avoid any close quarter situations.
Divers went down with the help of sonar, identified the broken parts of the bridge. The key bridge took 5 years to construct in the 1970s. Now, it's a race against the clock to dismantle the remnants of a fallen Baltimore landmark. The heaviest section so far weighed about 450 tons. So far, over 1,000 tons of steel have been removed from the waterway. But the work is tedious, dangerous, and incredibly complex. Leaders of the operation said Monday,